Today we'll be doing a tank cleaning on both the fish only tank and this reef tank, and I'm also going to be moving a small frag from this reef tank into this tank because I want to grow this like a tree of cabbage leathers. So we'll be doing that, but first step is to feed them, which is I got some bloodworms here. I thawed them out, and what I did first, I put some water in the shot glass from this tank. I threw a cube of bloodworms in here. I let them thaw, and then I just dumped out the majority of the water before the worms started falling out. So I'll give half to them and half to the reef tank, and then I'll begin the cleaning process. So let's go ahead and start the feeding. All right, let's go to the reef tank and feed it as well. See, these are my empty jugs I'm going to do the water change with here. That way I can know I'm taking out 5 gallons, 10 gallons, and I know I have 2 10 gallons for the salt, and I'm gonna take only that amount out of the fish only tank. Let's feed this tank. So if you can see right in this little corner right here, right above my fingernail, there's a little piece of cabbage leather. I've been sticking them to the edges and the corners, but that one just so happened to fall off, and I was gonna stick it back, but instead I'm just gonna glue it into the other tank to start the tree growing. Hopefully we'll get some results. If not, at least we'll know early on that it's not a possibility. So I actually want to clean the fish only tank first, so I can kind of rinse my hands in the water that I'm taking out of the tank. So let's go ahead and do that first. The reason we feed first and clean the tank first is so that all the debris kicks up and we can get it out while we do the water change. Maybe if I can get rid of that reflection. Let's see if I move more. Here's the empty jug for this one. Here's my siphon. This is my filtration paper, which once I clean the tank, I'll remove this filtration paper. And there's more in there, but I'm gonna leave those since we just did them not too long ago. And then this is the glue I'm gonna be using here. I mean, it's not important to show you the brand since I'm not sponsored or anything. But this is gonna be the tool that I'm gonna be scraping the glass with here. Showed you on a previous video. Let's get this thing started. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera. And the glare. This one doesn't need to be cleaned too much. Then we're going to switch to the sponge technique. Since this one doesn't have so much built up on it, I'm just gonna use common sponge that I've rinsed out multiple times with tank water. So this channel is more focused toward the beginner and low maintenance tanks. I know there's many ways to run a tank, and I've had big tanks before. If you check out my previous videos, you'll see that I owned big tanks before. But I'm in an apartment at the moment, so there's not a huge need to be going up and down with that much water on the 3rd floor. So I kind of made a fish tank only and a reef tank only in smaller versions. I tried to put all the fish in there, but my queen angel started attacking some of the corals, and once it did that, then the tangs followed in suit, so they all had to be separated. You don't need to do much cleaning on this. I just go over this filter one time. Pretty clean. Start my siphon. All right, so that siphon is going up and over, down to the 5-gallon empty container. I'm hoping I don't have to shut off my pumps this go round. The only way I need to is if it gets below that one filter for the ultraviolet sterilizer. I don't think it'll get close to that filter or that filter. We're almost there. And we're there. All right, so yeah, I didn't need to turn off my filters this time. They run a little bit slower when they don't have a lot of water pressure on them. So that's important to keep a high water level, kind of even with your intake of your filter. All right, let me go rinse my hands like I was saying earlier in the restroom and show y'all what I do with this water since I'm in an apartment. Right down the toilet. How did the toilet make it into my YouTube? I don't know, but whatever. All right, kind of adjusting it here. I just dumped the majority of it because it's heavy. The reason I rinse my tank is because the reef tank is way more sensitive than the fish only tank. So just kind of rinse my hand a little bit, you know. Really good. That was good enough. I say really good. I can leave that there, I don't need it. Alright, now say hello to Beast Man. Beast! Now I'll refill this tank. The new water we showed you earlier. any leftover water, I can top it off more here. I'm going to go ahead and turn my wave maker up and take out my filtration paper here. You can always check how dirty it is just by looking at the white part of it. And it's not actually that dirty, but once you check it out, might as well leave it out. Then I'll just cut me a little section here. The more often you change your filter floss, the better. You can wait long periods of time, but it's just collecting the detritus. It's not getting it out of your water. So every time you get it out of there, bravo, good for you, because it's removing all that nasty detritus. So that one's good to go. Let's go ahead and grab our sponge and move to the saltwater tank. Try not to make these videos too long because they take a long time to upload when they're very long. Give y'all a better shot here. All right. So first thing I want to do, open my lid. Sorry if I blind y'all. Make sure that's not blinding anyone. Oh, that's almost perfect. Then I'm going to get a little bit of water out of here for that frag. I cut this off a long time ago. Damage, just the glue wore off. Probably my decorator guy was probably messing with it. So I'm gonna set this to the side so we can put this in the big tank. Should I do this a quick one-two? Still recovering from the trip from Vegas. I'm going to do water changes for a while. Decorator crab. Let's see if y'all can see the decorator crab. He's right there. He's pretty big. Let's see if I can get him to move. Yeah, look how big he is. Looks like a spider in there. Yeah, it's too much glare. Sorry. Let's finish cleaning so we don't have a huge download time. Eventually, I'm going to need to move these rocks up front. I hate that I'm always hitting them every time I clean the tank. Even though I tried to compensate for room when I was making the off the skate in my hand. Apparently, I didn't need that. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to use this. guess some would call it a turkey baster, to blow off the rocks while I'm picking up all this detritus in my head. Also, this frag never really grew, so let me take this out. Just make sure nothing's alive on it. Put it to the side. So this is gonna make my corals close up because I'm hitting them with jets of water. But that's fine with me. They'll open back up in a minute. I'm trying to blow off some of that red slime right now. I don't know if this fox coral is gonna make it, guys. Looks like it's gonna tear up and just fall apart. It is what it is. Live and learn, live and learn. This time. The cloudier your water before you do your water change, the better. That means you took out the maximum amount of debris that you could. All right, super cloudy. Let's start the filtration. I mean the siphon. So that's running down into Marozaka. I need to go low on these because this is a bare bottom tank. So, oh, and I forgot to turn it off. First, let me show you what I'm doing here. Just sucking up all the little pebbles. Let me turn off this tank before it dies on. We don't ever want to run it while the filters are struggling like that because it'll cause them to overheat. So that's why we turn it off. But now that I'm making these videos, I see the need for a switch where I can just, hermit crab, where I can just, I'll take him out of that before I dump it. But I'm gonna make a switch so that I can keep the lights on while I do these water changes so y'all have a better view. Maybe if we go top down, you guys can see pretty good. The back, oh, look at that. That looks pretty dirty. I'm gonna have to take that filtration media out of there. Yeah, see, that's pretty filthy. So if you leave this in your tank for long periods of time, all you're doing is collecting it. You're not getting rid of it. Your tank may look clearer, but it's still got the same amount of ammonia in it and nitrates due to it collecting instead of being removed. So I'm gonna put that there for now just while I do this. I need to switch over this because it's almost full. I know there will be professionals watching this channel, so don't think that I don't know what I'm doing, because I have lots of equipment outside where I can make this way more technical, but I'm trying to see how minimal I can actually get this tank without all the extra stuff. So when I move to my house, then I'll know what is necessary and what isn't necessary, even though I am going to have all of my equipment back once. Just found another stuck in the back corner, but not in its front corner. So we'll just put this little piece of leather on the tree too. Might as well. It can be out of water for a little while. It's not gonna die. In the ocean, sometimes they're on the part where the low tide goes out. So they are exposed to air for some periods of time. Won't kill them. Alright, we got one full. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer everyone. I don't have a ton of followers at the moment, so I can't respond to many people right now at the time. Pools are just gonna love all this new water. They're gonna be so happy. Almost there. And that will be enough for me. So now, I'm going to throw away the filtration paper, cut another slice. I bought this at my local fish store in the 3-foot rolls. I need to get some more though. And when I do, I'm gonna get some activated carbon so I can switch out these carbon bags that are deep down in there. They also were not to send to try this, so we need to change those out already. Alright, let's put our new water in. And I will be investing in an RO. So I won't have to carry all this water up 3 flights of stairs anymore. So now what I'm just watching is there's a minimum maximum line right here. And there's where the water is. It needs to be right in the middle while this is all the way full and spilling back into the return on that side, on the far right side over there. We're getting pretty close here. We can also tell because it'll be spilling over that edge by the sponge there. And if it's not enough, it'll start making that bubbling noise again. Which it looks like it's not gonna be enough, so let me set the camera down again. And add a little more water. All right, so now it's spilling over the wall. The water's overspilling there. And we're in the middle. Not too high, not too low. So technically this tank is done. It's cloudy, but once the filter runs for a little while, it will no longer be cloudy. Lid. Now let's get to having some fun sticking leathers over here. Get this video wrapped up. My download time is gonna be ridiculous. Let me see how I can get y'all the best view for this chair over here. Bear with me. All right, that's gonna have to work for now. Get my glue. Put a little bit of glue on the end of it here. Let's see if it wants to come out. It don't. Might need to cut some of the tip off of this glue here. Just take my scissors and whack a little piece of that front end off there. All right, now it should come out with no problem. And I want to put the coral someplace where the fish aren't going to be too bothered with it, but I also want to put it down low. That way it grows upwards. Lobster's not liking that. Damn it, he made me drop it. Okay, he's going to have to move. Gotta go, buddy. Hold it there for a second. All right, there's one. Now we'll take the other one, the bigger one from the shot glass we collected earlier. Put some glue on it. And we'll stick this one lower. Just like I said, I want it to grow upwards. And these are my experimental ones right now. Experimental frags. Got a little messy, but it should stick. I'm gonna zoom in on those right now for you. Okay. There's one. And there's the other. It's a little messy with glue, but these leathers have been doing so good for me that I'm really not even scared that they will die, because they're like growing explosively at the moment. Got explosive growth on these damn things. I don't know why my light's acting funny here. There's one and there's the other. So that's gonna be it for today. I got 30-minute video. It's gonna take a long time to download, but y'all are already enjoying it, so congratulations. And we'll see how those turn out. Low maintenance tank. Later.